friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I am going to be putting together my Project Life Week 18 for 2021. In this spread, I am going to be using the Ali Edwards Digital Stories by the Month kit from May of 2017. So this is a older Stories by the Month kit, but I just loved the sentiments and the chipboard and the colors, and I felt like it was perfect for this week. Now, today is this video, I suppose, is kind of a bonus catch-up video. So there was a couple weeks back that I just totally forgot to post a Project Life spread. So this week I am catching up. So you will have week 17 is posted today, and then week 18 this week will also be available to watch today as well. So just a heads up on that and why you're getting 2 Project Life videos this week instead of just 1. Okay, so on week 17, I ended the right side of my spread by using a new page protector, which I actually have one right here next to me. So it's probably hard to see on camera. It is basically a 9 by 12, and it has 12 3 by 3 square sections in it. So I am going to be using the back side of the one from last week, and then I'm also going to be using it again for the right side. So this is going to have 24 of these little 3 by 3 squares. I thought that that would be a really fun and different design concept for a Project Life spread. So let's go ahead and, well, I guess before I jump in, let me just tell you what I've got. So I've got photos, I've got some journaling cards. I did a lot of repeated cards. So the one that says Mom Stories is what I did for all of my journaling. And then I have a couple of filler cards as well. Then I also took the digital chipboard set and I printed it off just like it would be if I were to receive it, let's say in a normal chipboard set. So it's the same size. And in my stash, I have some actual chipboard that I got from scrapbook.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sheet and I'm just going to actually glue it down onto the chipboard and then cut it off. And then I'm going to see if I can punch out the shapes and cut out the shapes so that they are easy for me to use and place on my spread. It's going to give it that chipboard feel, but they're not quite chipboard, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do here for today. And then we'll see if there's anything else, like maybe some tiny phrase stickers or something that I might want to add onto the photos in addition to the chipboard pieces. So we'll just see. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward while I get this spread put together. And then once I've got it done, we'll slow back down to finish up the video for today. So to start on our spread for today, the first thing I'm going to do is just show you how I'm going to go ahead and tape down this entire sheet of chipboard onto my scrapbook.com 12 by 12 chipboard sheet. So I'm just adding adhesive all over the backside. Since there are, some sections that will be cut out and cut off, I did want to make sure to fill it all the way in so that when I fussy cut them out, there are not sections that are not, totally adhered onto the chipboard itself. So then I'm just going to go ahead and trim this whole piece out and then bring it to the couch with me, go sit down and watch a show while I fussy cut all of those pieces out. One of the things I like to do when I'm fussy cutting like this is to just go ahead and separate them all out. It just makes it a little bit easier as I am maneuvering my scissors. And then the other thing I want to do is go ahead and set out all of my pieces for my spread today. So this one is going to be the 2 side-by-side page protectors with the 3 by 3 pockets. So that's going to give me 24 3 by 3 sections. And I really, really love the way that this one turns out. So what I did in order to give the eye a little bit of separation from the words is I decided on the 3rd row of the first side, or of the 3rd row of the left side, and the 2nd row of the right side to fill the entire row with photos instead of adding more journaling cards in there. I could have added more and just had, some extra story in there, but I decided that I liked the look a little bit better having, a few sections where there were no words. So once I have everything set out, you can see that I've got all my pieces fussy cut out, and now I'm just trying to set them around onto the photos where they make the most sense, and then also where there are sections that I can actually fill in with the chipboard. And then I'm also going to grab out one of my older tiny phrase sheets. I believe this was actually from a May kit, if not last year, then maybe the year before, and I can add some of those onto the photos as well. So some of the stories that I told, I tried to tell everything from the perspective of being a mom. So I have, some stories about self-care. I have some stories about dealing with tantrums this week. I have a story about working on art, and this week we had our virtual art class, and then afterwards we brought over a couple of wood things that I had purchased, a wooden birdhouse and a wooden shark face for the kids to paint, and they just had a blast with that. I talked about going on a date night with Aaron to the brewery, which was the first time we have stepped foot in a brewery in maybe a year. It could be a little bit more than that, because we did go to a brewery in Saugatuck last summer, but maybe it's not a full year, but it certainly feels that way. And I've got a picture of us in Home Depot. We were going there to get some supplies to help do some work on our house. And then I've also got a selection of photos from Mother's Day. We went to Frankenmuth, which was, the first time we've been in Frankenmuth in certainly over a year. We went to celebrate Mother's Day there, which has been our tradition. We weren't able to do it last year, but so happy that we could do it this year. And I've got some pictures from our time there with my mom, and the rest of our family. So it was just, it was a really good week this week. We had our ups and our downs, but for the most part, man, it was a good week. So I've got the repeated mom stories card, and that's where I did all of my journaling, regarding all of the stories of the week. And then I'm also just positioning on some of those chipboard pieces into some of the blank white space of the photos. Because they are 3x3s, there's not a ton of space to add them to. And definitely all of the photos couldn't hold something because some of them were just a little bit too busy. I did like the way that the squares went across the entire third row of the whole spread. And then I've also got, the rest of it are circular shapes. So really fun. Next, what I'm trying to do is figure out how I'm going to add my date stamping onto my title card here. I thought about putting a label there and then ultimately decided that it didn't really matter, and I was just going to stamp directly onto the card. I forget what the dates are, so I step aside to go and remember the dates, and then came back to go ahead and stamp that on there. I get my roller date stamp off of Amazon. I get questions on that all the time, and I do link all of my supplies down below in case you're wondering. All right, friends, that finishes my spread for this week. I love the way that this one looks. I love having all of these little 3x3 squares. I think they're just so cute, and I love how I was able to repeat the same card over and over again to tell all different kinds of stories about what it means to be a mom in our family right now, and stories about our moms as well. I just thought that that was a really fun prompt to use for telling this week's stories. I did not use all of my chipboard that I made, so the fun thing about this is now I get to add this into my chipboard stash, and it gives me a few more options for some pieces I can use in miscellaneous projects. So that's kind of fun. And other than that, I'm just really happy with the way that this one turned out. If you enjoyed seeing this spread come together, I would love a thumbs up down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my future crafty videos as well. I will be back at the end of this week with a Story Kit Crush project coming your way. And then this week is also release week. So there's going to be quite a few videos showing you some of the new releases for Allie Edwards and Future Craft, in addition to process videos with those release products as well. So just a heads up that there's going to be quite a bit coming towards the end of this week. All right, friends. Well, that is going to be it for me for today. Until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, friends.